battles on the raceway, starting on the pole for heat race number 1. He is in the Superior Business Solutions, Lexington Capital, number 73. That's Paul Wojcik. Starting on the outside of row number 1, he's in the Middle Country Auto, number 11 out of Coram. It's Chris Oliveri. Starting from position number 3, in the Delta Phase Electric RW Truck and Equipment, number 6, that's Charles Estasio. Starting from position number 4, she is in the Stewart's Fence, Joe Warren Racing, number 81, it's Rissy Stewart. Starting from position number 5, in the Island Technology Buckley's Irish Pub, number 03, it's Joe Cook Jr. Starting from position number 6, in the Hill Street Boxing Boomburger, number 13, that's Tyler Farrell. Uwan Hayward in the 86, and C.J. Zurkowski in car number 31. Make up your top 8.
Wow, C.J. Zurkowski just went through the field. My God, did he go fast.
Top 4 will be handicapped for tonight's feature event. To the inside, car number 73, Paul Wojcik. To the outside, Chris Oliveri.
Charles Estasio getting that new car sideways already. The RV truck and entry. It's a new build for him and his family. Car number 6, I believe.
Chris Oliveri, car number 11 to the race lead. Paul Wojcik runs second. Third is Rissy Stewart. Stewart has done an excellent job in this Joe Warren Racing. Number 81. She runs third. Fourth, the Walls of Fame, number 31, for C.J. Zurkowski, who started in the 8th starting spot. As car number 03, Joe Cook Jr., runs 5th.
Cook trying to get underneath Zurkowski right there.
First time here this year with that car for Joe Cook Jr. He's been running the Legend car. Decided to bring that out here tonight. Car number 11. Chris Oliveri continues to lead the way. Paul Wojcik runs second. Third is Rissy Stewart. Fourth is C.J. Zurkowski.
Zurkowski and Cook really battling it out right there. In the
they're starting to catch Stewart in the 81.
Yeah, they're getting close.
She's going to have to make sure she's able to hold her spot to qualify for this event.
Chris Oliveri out front and in charge.
Yeah, and that's a good car that's running second in Paul Wojcik. So a great job by Oliveri as he'll get the 2 to go this time by. White flag in the air for Chris Oliveri in car number 11. Paul Wojcik runs second. Rissy Stewart is third. C.J. Zurkowski now to her back bumper as Joe Cook Jr. looks to the inside of him.
He's going to go for it.
Chris Oliveri will take down the win. Look at this battle for third. Rissy Stewart's going to get it.
Got it.
Checkered flag flies, taking down the win in car number 11. It was Chris Oliveri, second across the line. Car number 73, Paul Wojcik, third. Car number 81, Marissa Stewart, fourth. Car number 31 of C.J. Zurkowski.
I like Tyler Farrell's new sponsor, Boomburger, out there in West Hampton. What a great place to eat that is. Right by Gambreski Airport.
Super Pro Trucks up next, starting on the pole. He's in the East Side building. Number 9, that is Joe Denseski. Starting on the outside of row number 1, he is in the Matlack Fabricating, number 88, it's Liam Patrick. Starting third, in the Miller and Caggiano Attorneys at Law, number 94, it's Tony Naglieri. Starting from position number 4, he's in the Nelson Auto Salvage, National Metal Industries, number 97, it's Dangerous Dave Koenig. Starting from the 5th starting position, he'd like to say a happy birthday to his niece Kennedy here today. He drives the OKPetroleumMarketplace.com. Highmark Building Efficiency, number 42. It's Frank Dumachich Jr. And bringing up the rear of the field, he's in the Long Island Debris, Cassone Trucks and Equipment number 52. Really wants to say a special thank you to his crew chief, Matt Triola. Triola drove this truck last year, decided to get out of it. 2 on the hot side. We'll be back.
Hot laps complete. Going to line them all up, get going.
So to finish that story, Sedano wanting to thank Matt Triola, who drove this truck last year. Part-time, they split the duties. Matt decided to step aside to help Sedano, and he took this whole truck apart, rebuilt it all himself. He's done all the work on it this year with the help of some of the crew members, but they've gotten Charles Sedano to a much better place, and a lot of that has to do with the work done by Matt Triola, the crew chief for truck number 52. They head to the Newsday Go Zone, top 4 trucks to be handicapped for tonight's feature event. Green flag is in the air. Truck number 9, Joe Denseski out to the early race lead. Here comes Frank Dumachich Jr. to the inside of Neglieri.
That was a nice move on the bottom. 88 getting a little sideways there. Dave Koenig right behind him.
Koenig to the back bumper of Liam Patrick in truck number 88. It's your race leader, truck number 9, Joe Denseski. Second is the 42, Frank Dumachich Jr. Third, the 94 of Tony Neglieri. And fourth, truck number 88 of Liam Patrick. Patrick feeling the heat to the inside from Dave Koenig. Koenig and Patrick fight for that 4th and final qualifying spot as the 42 of Frank Dumachich Jr. comes to the race lead. And Koenig makes the move to get by Liam Patrick for the 4th spot. So Frank Dumachich Jr., your race leader. Joe Denseski runs 2nd. 3rd is the 94 of Tony Neglieri. And 4th is truck number 97 of Dave Koenig. Great run right now for Koenig. But Sedano
Yes,
to
that
the
looking
rear
really
bumper.
good. Yeah, he's getting up there.
Charles Sedano, truck number 52. Koenig goes to the inside of Neglieri. Watch for Sedano to go with him. He will. Sedano comes to 4th. 2 to go this time by for Frank Dumachich Jr.
Dumachich putting the pedal down.
Truck number 9, Joe Denseski runs 2nd. 3rd is the 97 of Dave Koenig. And 4th is the 52 of Charles Sedano. Great run for Dumachich. He'll take down the win. Checkered flag flies, taking down the win in truck number 42. It was Frank Dumachich Jr., 2nd across the line, truck number 9 of Joe Denseski. 3rd, the 97 of Dave Koenig. And 4th, truck number 52 of Charles Sedano. Up next, Super Pro Truck Heat Race number 2. Starting on the pole. She is in the Hydrant Hotel. Riverhead Building Supply number 95. She'd like to say a happy birthday to her daughter Kennedy. In truck number 95, it's Aaron Salamito. Starting on the outside of row number 1, he wants to thank MC11, Mike and Chevy Romney, his mom and dad, and the Dumachich family for all the help to get this truck back together. In the Miller and Caggiano, attorneys at law number 16, it's Killian Tennant. Starting from the 3rd starting position, in the Glennon Construction, number 77. He has 2 feature event wins to his credit this season. It's Sean Glennon. Starting from position number 4. He's in the Hunter Business School's Monetary Recovery Company. Number 1, it's Lou Maestri. Starting from position number 5. He's in the Whitney's Delicatessen Orthopedic Associates of Long Island. Number 5, it's Frank Dumachich Sr. And bringing up the rear of the field. In the East Side Building, Cohen's Optical of Riverhead, Spiderweb Racing. Number 18, that's Jack Hanley Jr. 2 hot laps and we'll be back.
Two hot laps complete. We're going to get them lined up now.
Ten laps to be the distance. Top 4 trucks to be handicapped for tonight's feature event. Aaron Solomito to the inside, Sean Glennon to the outside. Lou Maestri and Frank Dumachich Sr. make up row number 2. As they head to the Newsday Go Zone. Green flag in the air. Oh, Solomito gets loose.
That was
Hanley
awesome to watch.
Inside.
Sean Glennon pulling away already.
Glennon with the early race lead. Solomito to second. Jack Hanley Jr. to the inside comes to third underneath Frank Dumachich Sr. Fourth is the 5 of Dumachich Sr. But here comes Lou Maestri. And Maestri will go by him for position number 4. Sean Glennon, truck number 77, leads the way. Aaron Solomito is second. Jack Hanley Jr. is third. Fourth is the 1 truck of Lou Maestri.
That gap pretty much stays the same between the top 3 trucks, lap by lap.
Good job for Sean Glennon. Solomito, she's reeling him in. It's about a truck length back now.
She's getting closer every lap. Glad to see that 16 back. What a wreck he had last time.
Yeah, Killian Tennant. A lot of work went into that truck to get it back out here. Good to see him out here. Just logging laps. Truck number 16. 2 to go this time by for Glennon. Aaron Solomito with a strong run. Just a bad start.
Yeah.
But then she settled in, did a great job to come to second here. White flag in the air. She's only about a truck length back, not even. She might make some noise in the feature.
Yeah, if they all didn't go sideways on the start, I think he would have been a little closer.
Glennon will win. Checkered flag flies, taking down the win in truck number 77. It was Sean Glennon second across the line. Truck number 95 of Aaron Solomito. Third, the 18 of Jack Hanley Jr. And fourth, truck number 1 of Lou Maestri. Street stocks about to hit the raceway. Starting on the pole, he wants to say a huge special thank you to Joe Paprocki and Paprocki Motorsports for going above and beyond to help him get this car out here today. He's in the Island Trees Automotive. Number 7, it's Turbo Tom Sullivan. Starting to the outside of row number 1, he's in the MSM Elite Motorsports. Pickerel Clam and Lobster number 5, it's James DiPietro. Starting from position number 3, in the Eastport Feeds, number 21, it's Brian Brown. Starting from the Ford starting spot, she's in the Middle Country Auto. JC Discount Fuel, number 05. That, of course, is Alyssa Paprocki. Starting from position number 5, he's in the Bobby's One Stop Custom Exhaust. Smithtown General Tire, number 16, it's Bob Dalkey. Starting from the 6th starting position, he's in the Gershow Recycling. Sia Screen Printing, number 89, that's Chris McGuire. Starting from position number 7, he's in the Motor King. Quality Auto Body of Amityville, number 23, it's John Harley. Starting from the 8th starting position, in the Top 20 Motorsports, number 58, he won the last time the street stocks were here. It's Brandon Hubbard. And bringing up the rear of the field in the PCFI Carburetors, number 91, it's Luke Forrester. Top 6 cars to be handicapped for tonight's feature event.
Saw Brandon Hubbard in the pits. He was making some repairs on it, trying to get it faster for the race here tonight.
Tom Sullivan to the inside, James DiPietro to the outside. Green flag in the air from starter Jim Kelly. Brian Brown right to the bumper.
Ooh, Chris McGuire getting sandwiched back there. Oh no, it's Paprocki.
Yeah, Paprocki tried to go by the 5. Was unable to make the move. And she heads to the outside of Bob Dalkey. While Brian Brown peeks to the inside of Tom Sullivan. Paprocki comes to 4th. She sets her sights. Oh, contact.
Oh, McGuire going around hitting Brandon Hubbard.
Chris McGuire, car number 89, went around. Caution flag down. Chris McGuire, car number 89, brings out a caution here. So he went around in turn 4. Alyssa Paprocki had gotten ahead of Bob Dalkey. Then they made contact. Everyone behind them kind of got bottled up. And McGuire just a victim there.
Cars, I believe, are all in line right now. We just got to get them side by side.
Try and double them up at the line. No, not yet.
Checking fluid down there.
Making sure McGuire has no fluid. Miller Lite 200. A salute to Steve Park, who is on the property with his family and friends. Good to see Park today. What a career. From the modifieds, started the Eastern Kart Racing Association. His dad, Fred Harback, they started that.
Back in the old days,
Way-
Anderson days.
Way back when. And he made it all the way to the Cup Series. Won a couple of races as well for Dale Earnhardt. I mean, just the whole story is incredible. Tonight we'll focus on his modified days, his days here at Riverhead Raceway. And just great to see him and great to be around him. He's such a great guy. Never forgot where he came from, Steve Park. Car number 7, Tom Sullivan.
Tom Sullivan doing a nice job keeping his hood on the car this time.
Yeah. Brian Brown to the outside of row number 1.
Keep your eye on Paprocki. That's a fast car behind Brian Brown on the outside.
Good restart. Here comes Brown. Brown to the outside. Looks to come to position number 1, and he will. Here comes Paprocki. She's to the outside of DiPietro. Trying to get to the 7 of Sullivan. DiPietro with a good run to the inside in car number 5. Paprocki tries to come to 3rd.
He's desperately trying to clear that 5.
She clears him there, but I don't know if she'll clear him getting in the corner. Nope, he's right back there. James DiPietro to the inside of Alyssa Paprocki.
He dove it in.
Yeah, he sent it in that
Can
time.
he send it out? Yeah, right, he got it.
That allowed the 58 of Hubbard to get underneath
Hubbard did a good job
Paprocki as
following
well.
right through.
She's digging though on the top. Alyssa Paprocki. Now the 5 moves up in front of her. And that lets Hubbard get there. Oh, Paprocki and DiPietro make contact.
She was all bottled up. There was nowhere for her to go. When she's out front, she's gone.
Two to go this time by for Brian Brown.
Oh, McGuire.
Chris McGuire to the inside wall. Caution flag out.
Bounced off Paprocki on the backstretch and slid in.
Caution flag down for car number 89, Chris McGuire. Car number 21, Brian Brown, your race leader. Car number 7, Tom Sullivan runs second. 3rd, Brandon Hubbard in car number 58. 4th is James DiPietro in the 5. 5th, John Harley in the 23. And 6th right now, the 05 of Alyssa Paprocki.
Light's going to go out the line, then we're going to double them up.
Car number 21, Brian Brown. And the 7 of Tom Sullivan. Head to the Newsday. Go zone 7 laps down. 3 remain. Green flag back in the air. Top 6 cars to be handicapped for tonight's feature event.
You know, it's looking really good as Brandon Hubbard.
Yeah, Hubbard has started 8th. He's come to 2nd.
Won last time.
Last time we were here, he was the winner. Yep. Brian Brown leads. Brandon Hubbard to 2nd. 3rd is the 7 car of Tom Sullivan. 4th, the 23 of John Harley. 5th is the 5 of James DiPietro. And 6th, the 05 of Alyssa Paprocki. White flag in the air for Brian Brown. As he heads through turns 3 and 4, Brian Brown will take down the win. Checkered flag flies, taking down the win in car number 21. It was Brian Brown, second across the line. Car number 58, Brandon Hubbard, 3rd. Car number 7 for Tom Sullivan, 4th. Car number 23, John Harley, 5th. Car number 5 of James DiPietro, and 6th. Car number 05 of Alyssa Paprocki. Up next, heat race number 2 for the street stocks, starting on the pole. He's in the East and West Pest Control Clean Out Kings, number 4. It's PJ McGay. Starting on the outside of row number 1. He is in the North Fork Sanitation. Number 08, it's J-Rod Jared Hayes. Starting from the third starting spot. In the J-Tech Electric. Number 72, it's David Antost, the EP Milling and Sweeping, number 73. Starting from the fourth starting spot. He's in the United Exhaust Shop, Long Island Muscle Car Garage, number 25. That's Ricky Carmen. Starting from position number 5. In the All-Star Cafe, Brigandy Brothers Automotive, number 42. It's Kyle Halpin. Starting from the sixth starting spot. The sponsor wanted, number 22. That's Danny Pizzo. Starting from position number 7. In the Checker One Manufacturing, number 1, it's Jake Curran. And bringing up the rear of the field, he's in the Stress-Free Home Buyers MKG Kitchen Design, number 29. It's Dennis Curris.
Now, they all luckied out in this heat race because P.J. McGay is not starting. He's starting first, so they all moved up one spot right from the start.
So McGay has elected to not come out here.
I saw his car up on jack stands in the back. I don't know, maybe something's wrong. But Pizzo in the 22 and Antos were all at 14-0. So they're fast cars.
They head to the Newsday Go Zone top 6 to be handicapped for tonight's feature event. Green flag is in the air. Good start for Hayes.
Yeah, that was a great start for Hayes. You don't get a better start than what he just did.
Jared Hayes, car number 08. Here comes David Antos. Antos in car number 73 to the second spot. Here comes Pizzo to the inside of Ricky Carmen. Danny Pizzo with a good run to the inside. Tries to come to position number 3. Carmen runs 4th. Kyle Halpin is 5th. Dennis Curris is 6th.
I love that Nova, that 25. Awesome looking car.
Yeah, it looks great. I love the rims.
Yeah, the gold and the whole thing. It's just like some old stock car.
The Camaro's not bad either. Kyle Halpin's Camaro looks good too. He and Curris make slight contact. Now they're going 3 wide. Jake Curran under the line. Well, there really isn't no line.
Yeah, there's no line anymore.
Jake Curran down low, let's say that. Halfway this time by, Curran comes to 6th or 5th. Make it 6th, my apologies. Right now, Jared Hayes, your race leader. David Antos is 2nd. Danny Pizzo is 3rd. 4th is Ricky Carmen. 5th, Kyle Halpin. And 6th, Jake Curran. Good run right now for the 08 car, the North Fork Sanitation. Number 08 of Jared Hayes. Be 2 to go next time by for Hayes.
Antos grabbed to the back bumper.
Yeah, he's getting there.
Yeah. One of the best in the business right there, Antos.
All-time leading winner here in street stock competition. White flag in the air for Jared Hayes. Dave Antos is 2nd. 3rd is Danny Pizzo. 4th, Ricky Carmen. 5th, Kyle Halpin. And 6th, Jake Curran. Checkered will fly for Jared Hayes. Checkered flag flies, taking down the win in car number 08. It was Jared Hayes, 2nd across the line. Car number 73 of David Antos, 3rd. The 22 of Danny Pizzo, 4th. Car number 25, Ricky Carmen. 5th, the 42 of Kyle Halpin. And 6th, car number 1 of Jake Curran.
that the weird configuration for the Thompson Road course? They have the full one and then they have the little, like, shorter one, right?
Yeah, but it runs on the big track. It's out.
Yeah.
And then there's the shorter one. But the other one goes all the way down that way, around that, and that's when it comes out. You know what I mean? And then straight away from that, you know, long way. Go 100. No, it's track. About 110, 105.
They could really open up a legend like Thompson for sure. Oh, yeah.
It's nuts. You hit the wall with that.
No, even at Wall, like, they were scary when I went to Wall.
Yeah, but then I thought 110 miles an hour. Yeah.
They might be.
Modified up there.
We gotta wait a little bit. Well, never mind.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Flow Racing's coverage of the Miller Lite Salute Steve Park 200 at Riverhead Raceway. My name's Andy Austin, and alongside Steve Halpin and pit reporter Jacqueline Drake, we set the stage for 200 laps here at Riverhead this afternoon on another day where racing has been postponed, and we're racing on a Sunday, second consecutive race for this to happen. We're setting the stage for the 200 laps, and will have 2-lap qualifying. Now, as they qualify here this afternoon, may not be where they start this race, as today's race will feature the use of the post-qualifying redraw procedure. Fastest qualifier spins a wheel to determine the number of drivers that will redraw for their starting positions, whether that's 4, 6, 8, or even 10. And imagine if it's 10 to have to start that deep in the field. In the last 15 years, nobody has come deeper than 7th starting position to win one of these NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour races at Riverhead Speedway. As I mentioned, Steve Halpin is alongside with me. Steve, you have just a wealth of history here at this racetrack. On a Sunday afternoon, we're seeing some fast speeds. We just may see a track record today.
The current track record is held by Justin Bonsignor. He held that record on May 15th, 2021, an 11.431. Today, in practice, Bonsignor got down as low as a 6.2. It's cold here today for a June day, and there's a huge opportunity for Bonsignor or any of these other competitors to break the track record that's been held here now for 4 seasons.
You know, Justin's also on the quest for number 12 for a couple of years now. He's been tied with Mike Iwanitsko for 11 wins on the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour. And talking to Justin this morning, he said, you know, I just want to put this to bed. I'm happy to have the 11 wins, but I want the 12 just for the conversation to end. And there he is right there on the front straightaway.
And Bonsignor got his start in modified racing here on a weekly Whelen competition at Riverhead Raceway. He won a championship here with car owner Ken Massa, and then he went out on the tour, and he has been outstanding since leaving this facility on a regular basis and joining the ranks of the Modified Tour. As Andy said, 11 career victories for Bonsignor, tied him with Mike Iwanitsko, who he wanted so bad. Last year we saluted Mike Iwanitsko in this Modified Tour race, and Ronnie Silk was our winner, where Bonsignor wanted so bad to win it with Iwanitsko in attendance.
A couple of different points there. You mentioned Bonsignor going for win number 12 and having the track record. He was fastest in morning practice, so there is an opportunity for a driver to break his own track record today. And we talked about different drivers getting on runs, too. Justin wanting to break the record last year in front of Mike Iwanitsko. But then there's Ron Silk. Silk has won 3 of the last 4 events here for the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour. And once you get on a roll, history shows, history favors these people, like a Mike Iwanitsko, like a Justin Bonsignor, where you can roll 3 to 4 wins off in a row. Talked to Silk this morning. He's super confident. And they aren't running with the added pressure of the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour Championship this year. They're picking and choosing their races. They've missed a couple of races, but to watch Ron exit the vehicle victorious on numerous occasions today, they're playing with a full deck. They're ready to defend that crown here today and make it yet another victory on the tour.
And for Ron Silk, it took forever for him to get his first victory here at Riverhead Raceway in Modified Tour competition, and now he's rattled off 3 of the last 4. Today he was 3rd quick in practice. He ran an 11.766. Steven Kopsick was 2nd with an 11.749. And as we said earlier, Justin Bonsignor, top of the board, with an 11.685.
This afternoon, we are here to honor one person, and that is Steve Park. You've touched on some of his accomplishments earlier in the afternoon during the local broadcast. But now for our Flow Racing broadcast, the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour Miller Lite 200, saluting one of the few drivers who, well, actually one of the first drivers to win in all 3 of NASCAR's top series, a 16-time winner on the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour. And Steve, you have an amazing history with Steve Park, going back to how he started his career.
Steve Park, his father Bob Park, finished 2nd in the national championship in 1985, I believe. It was 85 or 86. And back then, Steven, along with Richie Harback, Fred Harback's son, there were a bunch of young kids in the pit area. And Bob Park, Fred Harback, and a couple of other dads decided to create the Eastern Kart Racing Association, which your defending modified champion, Justin Bonsignor, actually got his start in racing in the Eastern Kart Racing Association. Well, they did it in Melville at Bruno Speedway. And that's where Steve Park got his start. And he worked his way up to the Mini Modifieds at Islip, then came here to Riverhead when Islip closed down in 1985. He ran for Bill Wiebe. They won some races here. They went out on the tour. And his first tour ride, his substantial tour ride, was with Kurt Chase in the 77 car. And those guys started winning some races. Then he got into the one with Guy Ronzoni. And he won 2 races here on the tour. And then moved on to the Sheba Racing number 8, and the rest is history, and that's where he was noticed by Dale Earnhardt.
You know, Riverhead Raceway definitely has a home track feel for a lot of these drivers and how much it means to them and how much you can get an advantage over an interloper. For example, Steve Park raced all around the Northeast in the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour, and second only to Thompson. He had led more laps here, or has led more laps here than any other racetrack, 646 feature laps here at Riverhead Raceway. And we talk about the local flavor. He was one of the local flavor drivers that came in the 80s and early 90s. But even this afternoon, you're going to see a half dozen of these Riverhead Raceway modified drivers who are extremely strong, extremely competitive. A couple of them practice inside the top 10 for speeds. It's going to be a X-Factor afternoon between the regulars and the Riverhead Raceway regulars.
Right, and what happens is, you'll see, Riverhead Raceway regulars here don't run a 200-lap feature event. So they'll be awful fast in the beginning, and they'll still be there at the end, top 3, top 5, but it's so hard for them to get used to saving this car under yourself for 200 laps when you normally run a 50-lap feature event here on Saturday night.
So a race that, and you know, you are watching this, so you've seen races at Riverhead before, and you know how tight this racetrack is and how it doesn't necessarily favor long green flag runs. Can a driver who is a local save their race car through caution attrition and be a factor at the end?
We had it a few years ago with Kyle Soper in Wayne Anderson's number 15. He was able to play his cards right throughout the race, and he was able to win.
It could happen here this afternoon, and we have one of those drivers off of turn number 4 to take time.
First car to hit the raceway in the Sendalewski Architects Earth's Splendor, number 49, out of Riverhead, it's Chris Young. Chris Young with a feature event win here this year at Riverhead Raceway, currently atop the point standings in car number 49. Comes to the white flag, lap number 1 for Chris Young, 12.358. 12.358, lap number 1 for Chris Young. So he hustles that thing off of turn number 4, lap number 2, a 12.292, 12.292 for Chris Young.
Young will be on the top of the board by default, and red number 49 pulls to the infield as we get ready for the next competitor in NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour competition. This will be car number 8. John Michael Chenette out of Thompson, Connecticut, the USNE Power 82 Services sponsored ride. This car has had a few different drivers throughout the 2025 racing season. Pulls down the back straightaway and roars to life. Has that DEI tie-in, or at least the number 8 font, which was associated with so many of those DEI cars over the years. And down the back straightaway, we look for Sean Houlihan to wave the white flag this time for John Michael Chenette. 12.785. So Chris Young still on the top of the board with 12.292. Can he improve? John Michael Chenette has a decent run, 12.604, good for second fastest.
Next car to hit the raceway, he's in the USNE Power and Construction, number 56, out of Ontario, New York, it's Trevor Catalano. Catalano takes the green flag. Had a good run the last time here at Riverhead Raceway. Ended up getting a flat tire late in the event. Lap number 1. He'll be P2 at a 12.305. 12.305. Fastest first lap thus far here today. Lap number 2. He'll go to the top of the board at 12.072. 12.072 for Trevor Catalano.
No big surprise on Trevor Catalano, the pole sitter last year. Car number 56 pulls to the infield. The 19-year-old driver will have a decent starting spot for the 200-lap event. On the racetrack now, hometown hero and 2014 winner Eric Goodale makes his way through turns number 1 and 2 as he roars down the back straightaway. What a story this driver has been over the course of his career, and really enjoying a great Father's Day here at the racetrack with his family. As we look at Goodale coming up position number 3, 12.431. Needs to pick up some time, and under Sean Houlihan will take the checkered flag, move him to spot number 2, 12.114 for Eric Goodale.
Up next, he's in the Hunter Mechanical. Number 18 out of Calverton, it's Ken Heggie. Heggie, a huge supporter of the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour. The Fence Pros, number 18. Lap number 1 for Ken Heggie, 12.359. 12.359, lap number 1 for Ken Heggie. He'll try to pick it up here on lap number 2. He picks it up but stays in 4th at a 12.307.
One of the local heroes got with the tires off of turn number 2 in car number 88. This is Roger Turbish right here out of Riverhead, New York. Turbish really warming up those tires quick under the green flag and starts lap number 1. 76 races here at Riverhead Raceway. It's 3rd on the active list behind Thompson and New Hampshire Motor Speedway. So one of the stalwarts of the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour in 12.225. A solid run for Roger Turbish. Up inside the top 3. Checkered flag out. And he goes to position number 1. Your trending pole sitter with a time of 12.059 is Roger Turbish.
Next car to hit the raceway. He's in the Peter Clark Motorsports. RW Truck and Equipment. Long Island Freightliner, number 96. This is Matthew Brody. Brody, another regular here at the Riverhead Raceway. Had a tough start to the 2025 season. Trying to turn all that around here today. Lap number 1 for Brody. He's 4th quick, a 12.210. 12.210. Lap number 1 for Matthew Brody. He'll come to the checkered flag. 2nd fastest at a 12.062. 12.062 for Matthew Brody.
A quick recap for our live audience. Roger Turbish, current pole sitter with a time of 12.059. Matthew Brody just timed 2nd. Trevor Catalano 3rd. Eric Goodale in 4th. Chris Young rounds out the top 5. Ken Hagee and John Michael Chanette are the 7 cars who have taken time. So sticker tires off of turn number 4. Couple of drivers will join us late as we continue pole qualifying. Again, whoever winds up on the pole will spin the wheel right before the feature event. The Miller Lite 200 salutes Steve Park here for the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour. And they will either, the wheel will land on either a 4, 6, 8, or 10. And say it lands on an 8, then the top 8 will have to redraw. And on a racetrack that is extremely tight, and considering the fact that no driver has won from outside a top 7 starting position in 15 years, a tall order. If, say, it's a large number, if it's a 10, if it's an 8, maybe we see history broke here, or recent history broke here this afternoon. Maybe we see the track record go down too, as it's a cool afternoon. It's still springtime, but it really feels like it's early springtime. On the racetrack now, a car and a paint scheme and a family name that is synonymous with modified racing here on Long Island. 3rd generation driver Luke Baldwin pulls off a turn number 4, takes the green flag. Your 19-year-old driver who has split some time between the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour, other modified racing series, and the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series in 2025 takes the white flag And where does he land? Comes up with a time of 12.121. Really needs to pick it up. Big exit off of turn number 4. Hammer down, checkered flag. And Luke Baldwin goes to position number 1. 12.028. Fast time for the 7 New York.
Next car to hit the raceway. He's in the Lakeland Avenue Landscape Supply. Number 26, out of Ronkonkoma, it's Gary McDonald. McDonald started his racing career back at the Islip Speedway. Continues to run today. Lap number 1, 9th quick, a 12.781. 12.781, lap number 1 for Gary McDonald. He'll try to pick it up here. Lap number 2, he does a 12.535. 12.535 for Gary McDonald, good enough for 8th quick.
This driver is all about momentum. Car number 59 on the racetrack, coming off his career first top 10 finish, a 7th at Seekonk Raceway just a couple of weeks ago. The number 59 is Tyler Berry. Berry in car number 59 wheels it down the back straightaway. Crawls through the corner. I think he's really looking for not only to figure out Riverhead Raceway, but looking for a strong second lap. Berry struggles with 12.739. That's good for 10th right now. Checkered flag out. And he'll move up to 9th, 12.548. An old blue on the racetrack now.
Next car to hit the raceway in the USNE Power Northeast Drilling J&R Precast. Number 3, it's Old Blue out of Oswego, New York, Tyler Ripkema. This car's had some great history here at Riverhead Raceway. One with Tommy Gravino in it. Lap number 1 for Ripkema, 8th quick, a 12.357. 12.357, lap number 1 for Tyler Ripkema. Lap number 2 moves up to 6th quick at a 12.208. 12.208 for Tyler Ripkema.
You know, Steve, the last time a driver outside the top 7 qualifiers won was Rowan Pennick in this number 3 back 15 years ago. So if there is one car that can get it done by statistics, it is the Old Blue number 3. On the racetrack now, a driver who broke out early in this season, even though it really seems like we are continuously restarting our season. Off a tough week last time out at Seekonk Speedway, it's the car number 46 of Craig Lutz. Lutz out of Miller Place, New York, in the Riverhead Building Supply sponsored ride. Lutz will come up in position number 6 with a time of 12.167. 12.167. Checkered flag out now for Craig Lutz. Lutz goes to the top. Excellent second lap, and it's a sub-12 second lap. 11.931. New fast time for car number 46, Craig Lutz.
Next car to hit the raceway. Last time he was at this facility was for the Islip 300. He was the winner of that race in the Alan Deering-owned Elite Towing. Number 60, it's Matt Hirschman. Big money Matt Hirschman. Starting to get a handle on this Riverhead Raceway. Was never really a big fan, but he's starting to get there. Lap number 1. Fast time at 11.904. 11.904. Lap number 1 for Matt Hirschman. Lap number 2, he slows down at 11.953, but his time of record will be an 11.904 on the pole.
We are still looking for the track record to follow. It could happen here, but as heat gets built into the speedway, less and less likely for that to happen. Next on the racetrack is car number 63, another local hero. Welcome, Dylan Slepian. Out of Dix Hills, New York, pulls it off a turn number 2, and car number 63 roars down the back straightaway as we get ready to set the field. So we continue to set the field for the Miller Lite 200. Salutes Steve Park, who, as Steve Halpin mentioned, is on the premises and really just soaking the legacy in. And it's one thing to have a family legacy, Steve, but it's another thing to be a multi-generation driver, to have your own legacy like Steve Park has, coming from royalty like he has in modified racing.
And he has. Dylan Sleppy in that time by third quick, a 12.014. 12.014 for Dylan Sleppy in next car on the raceway. In the FX Caprara USNE Power Catalano Motorsports, number 54, it's Tommy Catalano out of Ontario, New York. Lap number 1 for Catalano, 8th quick, a 12.083. 12.083. Lap number 1 for Tommy Catalano. Lap number 2 moves up to P3 at 11.976. 11.976. Here come the sub 12 laps, folks.
This guy loves Riverhead Raceway. He was a winner a number of years ago and has not finished outside of the top 10 in the last 10 years. Car number 1, a championship contender from 1 year ago, and had a very wild finish to the most recent race at Seekonk. It's Patrick Emmerling in car number 1, and he comes down with a time of 12.070. Checkered flag out for Emmerling and kicks it out just a little bit. Look who goes to the top with a time of 11.891. It's Patrick Emmerling.
Another driver who got his start in the Eastern Kart Racing Association, originally from Long Island, out of Bayshore, in the Shea-Lou Performance MTT Munz Auto number 22, it's Kyle Bonsignor. Kyle's dad, Bonsignor Kart Supply, along with his uncle Tom. Lap number 1, 11th quick, a 12.155. A 12.155 for Kyle Bonsignor. He'll try to pick it up here on lap number 2. And he does. He'll go to 5th, a 12.008. 12.008 for Kyle Bonsignor.
4 drivers left to take time, and the driver that everybody on the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour is chasing right now, it is Austin Beers in car number 64. Green flag is in the air. Beers has not finished outside of the top 5 this year. Incredibly consistent, looking to break through with a victory, and he is a great time trialer. White flag out. His first lap puts him at spot number 4 with a time of 11.965, one of the fastest first laps we've seen out of any driver. Coming to the checkered flag. And Austin Beers goes to position number 1, 11.844. Can anybody beat the track record?
Up next, he won the last time the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour was here at Riverhead Raceway. He's in the Blue Mountain Machine, Future Homes, number 16, it's Ron Silk out of Norwalk, Connecticut. Silk used to drive for car owner Eddie Partridge and won a championship. He loves this place. Lap number 1 for Silk. He's 5th, an 11.966. 11.966. Lap number 1 for Ronnie Silk. He comes to the checkered lap number 2. He'll go to 2nd, an 11.883. 11.883 for Ron Silk.
If there is a breakout star in the 2025 racing season for the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour, if you're looking for a new driver to pull for, check out car number 21. He's fast. He's out of Newtown, Connecticut. He's Steven Kopsick. Kopsick coming off a career best 2nd place at the Seekonk Speedway in the most recent event. And if momentum is everything, or is anything, it's everything. And Steven Kopsick will time trial position number 4 in lap number 1 with a time of 11.899. Dragging it back to the start-finish line, checkered flag out. What is top? Kopsick comes up with the point with a time of 11.824. 11.2 would be ridiculous. 11.824. Steven Kopsick, your brand new point leader. But what about this guy?
Up next, your defending NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour champion in the Phoenix Communications, number 51, it's Justin Bonsignor. Bonsignor looking for win number 12 on his career on the modified tour here at Riverhead Raceway. Lap number 1 is sixth quick, an 11.906. 11.906. Lap number 1 for Justin Bonsignor. Lap number 2, fast time, an 11.773. 11.773. Put him on the pole. It's Justin Bonsignor.
And while he wins the pole, he may not start there. He will be the one, or he will designate someone to spin the wheel for the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour post-qualifying redraw. You'll see all the cars line up for the feature. Come feature time, we'll be able to meet the top stars of the tour as well, and you will watch Justin spin the wheel. Could land on 4, could land on 6, could land on 8 or 10. Imagine if he had the pole run and drew position number 10, because that's where the wheel landed. That's the extra ripple of drama we have today for the Miller Lite 200 Salute Steve Park. And a round of applause for your winner. The helmet is off so he can hear you. He's going for a record today, trying to pick up win number 12, car number 51 in the Phoenix Communications Incorporated ride. This is Justin Bonsignor. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, we will have the redraw. I mean, cannot stress this enough that, yeah, great. He practiced. He was fastest. Great. Wins the pole. So is he going to lead all 200 laps? Well, that would be the easy way to do it. No. So we have the redraw where he might have to come from 4th. He might have to come from 6th, 8th, or 10th. You just never know how this is going to play out. As Justin is part of NASCAR Whelen Modified's Tour's 40th anniversary, and recently the largest group of drivers named to the 40 greatest Whelen Modified Tour drivers list was revealed. They revealed the second 10, and it continues to be a who's who of who's been in this series since 1985, including the driver that we are honoring today, Steve Park. But Steve, look at some of those other names. We talk about Justin going up against Mike Iwanitsko for the all-time feature wins list. Iwanitsko's on that list, and so is a driver who was honored here in the past.
Yes, Wayne Anderson, who was a NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour champion, multi-time champion here at Riverhead Raceway, the Tiger Tom Baldwin, Eric Goodale, Timmy Salamito, Sergeant Charlie Jerzumbach, Mike McLaughlin, and Todd Zegedy. And if you look at that list, I think it's just a coincidence that you have 8 of those 10 drivers are from Long Island.
That's impact. That's how much this racetrack means to the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour. And this isn't just from 1 or 2 years. This is dating back now 76 events here at the racetrack, and what it has meant to so many drivers. Whether they're competing this afternoon like Eric Goodale, like Justin Bonsignor, whether their grandsons, Luke Baldwin, is competing here today. He could pick up a win and do so, not only in honor of his father, who's in the pits as well, really controlling that team, but also, as you mentioned, his grandfather, Tiger Tom, who you spent so many years with as a spotter.
Yeah, I spotted for him on the Modified Tour for about 3 seasons.
What was that like?
Oh, man. Park your ego at the door is the best thing I can tell you.
Can you tell me the story of
Stafford?
Yeah, your
First,
introduction to being the spotter for him.
He and I were friends for 20 years before this, and we went to he kept asking me to spot for him. I finally said I would do it, and we go to Stafford. First practice, we're decent, but he's overdriving the corner.
How do you tell Tiger Tom he's overdriving?
I told him. He said to me, called me Steven, first of all. He never calls me Steven. He called me Steven over the radio and said, "What do you think?" I said, "If you want me to be honest, it just looks like you're not getting the left front down in the white box in 1, and you're overdriving the corner." I said, "And because of that, you're loose on exit." So all of a sudden the radio gets silent, and he keys the radio, and he goes, "Oh, I see. I guess I should be up there, and you should be down here driving the race car." And that's how we started. That was our first introduction to spotting.
Oh my God, it is just one of the stories that you're going to hear this afternoon at a facility that is so entrenched in history of the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour. We're going to step aside live from the only racetrack in the metropolitan New York area. This is the Miller Lite Salute Steve Park 200 for the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour on Flow Racing.